Okay, crazy idea. Crazy idea. You want to be in leadership, but you're waiting on your boss, that company, that department to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, you want a promotion? Or you're going after it and there's no traction, there's no progression. Here's just an insane idea. Just hear me out. You can promote yourself. Wild idea. You can promote yourself. I know what you're thinking. Kelly, I've been here for 8 years or 12 years or 4 years or 15 years, and I don't want to go anywhere. My 401k is locked in, my health care. I just don't want to go in there. That's cool. My question would be to you then, do you really want that promotion? Do you really want that leadership role? Do you really want to ascend? Do you want to elevate? Do you want to go higher? I would beg to differ. Because if you did, you'd go after the leadership role and not wait on someone to tap you on the shoulder, not wait on them to call you for the interview because you put in your application on your internal portal and your internal career portal and your SharePoint drive, and you haven't heard anything back. You know what true leaders do? True leaders are always moving. They're always moving. Go look at Elliott Hill from Nike. You know, I talk about him and the guy that just took over Starbucks, right? I talk about them all the time. Go look at his LinkedIn. His name is Elliott Hill at Nike. Look at his experience section on LinkedIn. Scroll down and look at the movement. Look at the movement. He stayed 2 years. 2 years in all the different roles. Go look at mine. Go look at the movement. True leaders, they don't worry about the titles. They keep moving, right? Literally and figuratively. They're either moving, physically moving, or they're making strategic moves. And if you are truly aiming and aspiring for a leadership role, the first thing that I do when I assess the private clients that I work with is I ask them about their movement. So what's been your greatest challenge? Why haven't you made a move? And I tell you, the list of the reasons why always equate to something outside of them, something externally, a condition they cannot control. And you know what I'm getting ready to say next, right? Control the controllables. There are situations and conditions that are under your control that you can control. So if you want that leadership role, I want you to think about this. It's not about your title. You're being assessed right there where you work. You're being assessed on your moves or lack of. You're being assessed. If you're not making strategic moves where you are, you're being assessed on that. If you look at the people that you wonder, how did they get that role? Why are they being promoted? Whether you like them or not, I would almost place a bet on the moves that they're making. That's what leaders do. They're not trying to get people to like them and be on their side and have a lot of followers, not on social media, but just at work and being the person that they like. They're looking for somebody that is a visionary and they can envision in the role, and that's about their business. You don't have to like me, just respect me and the work that I do. I want you to think about, are you caught up on getting that title? I know you want the money that comes with it as well, but a lot of people that are true leaders are really focused on the scope of work, the body of work, the challenge, the impact that they can make, the high level contributions that they can make, because they know that the money comes with that. They've counted the cost and they've made the moves and positioned themselves so that the natural progression, it just comes to them. It's attracted to them like a magnet. So if that's you, if you're looking for a leadership role, I want you to answer some of those questions that I just threw out there. Answer some of those questions about what are you really focused on? If it's the money, you could probably get the money making a lateral move. You could probably get the money going somewhere else. Just like the leadership role. If you're waiting on one person you report to, one business unit that you sit in, one position that you have, one title that you have, there's millions of titles, business units, departments, in other organizations. The key word here is you're waiting. You're waiting. And this keeps ticking. It just keeps ticking. So listen, I know you're a true leader. I don't too much get caught up on titles. I think we're all born leaders. We're all born leaders. If that's what you want, if you aspire to move into an executive leadership role, if you're an individual contributor and you want to elevate into managing people or people management, or you just want a greater scope of work that you're responsible for because you're not feeling challenged what you're doing now, I want you to assess what you're doing right now and how you're perceived, because we know that perception is reality. What people perceive of you, they just show up for work, that's fantastic, but they haven't innovated. They haven't changed that role. They've been in that role for 8 years and they haven't made it different or better or streamlined or elevated. They haven't done anything. They just come in and do the same work. Now's the time to start thinking about that. Things are a lot different now. Things are a lot different now. In the past 7 days, there's a shift. It's happening. It's happening in the workforce. I'm studying it. I'm talking about it inside of my free community. I'm sharing about it. There's a shift. You want to get in position, regardless of what you're thinking or where you've been. You can make the shift now. Think about what I've said. If you have questions, send me a message. I'm happy to answer any questions. I get a lot of messages here on TikTok. Let me know what you think. And listen, you got to make the decisions and you got to make those movements. You got to make those shifts. It's chess, not checkers.